Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Washington Post World.
April 12, 5:24 America New York, Pope evokes Cold War replay, says leaders should avoid arms. Pope Francis has evoked memories of the 1960s Cold War and urged world leaders to use reason, not weapons.
The Washington Times stories. Advocacy.
April 12, 5:18 America New York, White House designates tranq fentanyl combo an emerging drug threat. The White House drug czar will tell Congress on Wednesday that he is designating the combination of fentanyl and tranq as an emerging threat to the U.S., underscoring the level of alarm around a vicious drug combo that causes skin abscesses and amputations and is making the deadly overdose crisis even worse.
Washington Post World.
April 12, 5:03 America New York, U.S. envoy, Balkans poisoned by Russian disinformation. A United States envoy on countering global disinformation says countries in the Western Balkan region have been pretty seriously poisoned by Russia's influence campaigns.
New York Times World News.
April 12, 5 o'clock America New York, as U.S. tries to isolate China, German companies move closer. Some are expanding in China, reluctant to leave a huge market they need to finance operations back home. The holding lot of the Shanghai Automotive Industrial Corporation Volkswagen joint venture in Shanghai. Wall Street Journal World News.
April 12, 5 o'clock America New York, EPA calls for toughest ever rules on tailpipe emissions. The Biden administration is seeking to speed the transition to electric vehicles, while the auto industry is warning that a rule change alone won't be enough.
Mirror World News.
April 12, 4:19 America New York, woman, 19, facing execution by firing squad gives desperate explanation for drugs in bag. The trial of Brazilian national Manuela Vitória de Araújo Farias, 19, has begun after she was charged with international drug trafficking in Indonesia, where prosecutors are pushing for the maximum sentence under the country's tough anti-drug laws. BBC News World.
April 12, 4:17 America New York, Elon Musk tells BBC that owning Twitter has been quite painful. The multi-billionaire defended his running of the company in a last-minute interview live from Twitter HQ.
Washington Post World.
April 12, 3:34 America New York, German police seize cooked bats from van on Belgian border. Authorities say German police seized cooked bats and nearly a ton of unrefrigerated fish when they stopped a van that had entered the country from Belgium.
Wall Street Journal World News.
April 12, 3:33 America New York, Merck KGaA weighed by drug trial setback. Shares in Germany's Merck fell after it said the FDA had placed a partial clinical hold on the initiation of new patients in the Phase 3 study of Evobrutinib B, the drugmaker's treatment for multiple sclerosis.
Mirror World News.
April 12, 3:29 America New York, 3 missing women found dead in shallow grave after they traveled to beach. The victims, aged between 19 and 22, have been named as Nayeli Tapia, Denise Reyna, and Juliana Macias, who traveled from their homes in Santo Domingo de las Sachilas, Ecuador, for a beach day. Wall Street Journal World News.
April 12, 3:20 America New York, Biden marks anniversary of Good Friday Agreement after push to preserve it. The president has worked to keep the historic pact and resolve Northern Ireland trade issues.
Mirror World News.
April 12, 3:10 America New York, woman becomes first person ever to die from H3N8 bird flu strain in China. We'll be bringing you the very latest updates, pictures and video on this breaking news story.
BBC News World.
April 12, 2:39 America New York, watch Elon Musk's last-minute interview with the BBC. Musk talks about the pain of owning Twitter and the BBC's objection to being labeled government-funded.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News. April 12, 2:34 America New York, first human death from H3N8 bird flu recorded in China. A woman in China has become the first person to die from a type of bird flu that is rare in humans, the World Health Organization, WHO, has said. A health worker culls chicken at a wholesale poultry market in Hong Kong in 2014.
BBC News World.
April 12, 1:24 America New York, watch Elon Musk on the BBC Row. In a last-minute interview with the BBC's James Clayton, Mr. Musk was asked about the government-funded Twitter label.